Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's September 24th, 2022 and the injury crisis continues at Barcelona as new updates have emerged in regards to the injured players. Also, Sergio Busquets has denied the report that he will 100% leave Barcelona at the end of his contract in the summer of 2023, and Barcelona are currently preparing a Project Messi to bring back Lionel Messi to the club. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone. As I reported in yesterday's video, Ronald Araujo picked up an injury in Uruguay's defeat against Iran 1-0 and he was subbed out after only playing for 5 minutes. Now Araujo is now back in the city of Barcelona where he has undergone medical exams and the club have confirmed that he has an avulsion fracture of the adductor in his right thigh. Now the club have not confirmed exactly how long Ronald Araujo will be out, but there are reports stating that he could be out as long as 6 to 7 weeks. And that is a huge blow to the club because Barcelona have a very hectic calendar ahead of them starting October 1st, where they're going to play around 12 matches in a span of a little bit more of a month, and they are going to be playing a match every 3 to 4 days. Now if Araujo is out 6 to 7 weeks, he will most likely miss some of the biggest games, some of the biggest upcoming games, such as the 2 Champions League against Inter Milan, the Clásico against Real Madrid, and the Champions League against Bayern Munich. Now it's also reported that Ronald Araujo might need surgery on his thigh to repair this injury, so if this is true, he could be out even longer. Now in France's victory over Austria, both Jules Koundé and Ousmane Dembélé picked up injuries, and Koundé is now back in the city of Barcelona where he too has undergone medical exams, and the club have confirmed that he has an injury in his biceps femoris of his left hamstring. Now the club have not confirmed how long Jules Koundé will be out, but there are reports stating that he could be out 3 to 4 weeks, which is a little better than what was initially expected. Now this is another blow to Barcelona, who are now left without their 2 best center backs, Ronald Araujo and Jules Koundé. But thanks to Xavi's policy of having 2 good players for each position, Eric Garcia and Andreas Christensen will be able to step in the place of Araujo and Koundé, and of course there also remains the option of Gerard Piqué. Now in the case of Ousmane Dembélé, he has not trained with the French squad and he is in doubt for tomorrow's match against Denmark because of calf discomfort. However, he has remained with the French camp and he has not left, so this could be a good sign. Now in the Netherlands' victory over Poland, both Memphis Depay and Frenkie de Jong were both subbed out due to injuries, and in the case of Memphis Depay, he's back in the city of Barcelona where he too has undergone medical exams. Now it seems that Memphis Depay will be out for almost a month, which is of course very unfortunate for the player who had 2 good games with Barcelona and who scored an excellent goal against Elche. Now thankfully we have an abundance of good players in the attack with Ousmane Dembélé, Robert Lewandowski and Rafinha, and we still have Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres who could rotate with the starting 3 and who could step in the place of Memphis Depay. Now in the case of Frenkie de Jong, it's reported that the player has not picked up a serious injury and he could be ready as soon as the first La Liga match after the international break against Real Mallorca. In worst case scenario, Frenkie will miss that match, but he will be available for the match after that, which will be the Champions League match against Inter Milan in Italy. Now speaking of Frenkie de Jong, as I reported in yesterday's video, which I will leave the link for down below in the description in case you want to check it out, it's reported that Frenkie de Jong has arrived in an agreement with Joan Laporta to remain in the club as long as he renegotiates his salary at the end of the season. Now Joan Laporta wants to renegotiate Frenkie de Jong's contract because he is one of the highest paid players on the squad, and Joan Laporta wants to bring Frenkie de Jong's salary under the strict pay scale that he has implemented, which will see no player earn more than 10 million euros. Well, today it's been revealed that not only Frenkie de Jong is the highest paid player in Barcelona, but he also is the highest paid player in the entire La Liga, with Sergio Busquets in second place, followed by Hazard, Gerard Piqué and Karim Benzema. Now on to the news that while on international duty, Sergio Busquets has denied the reports that he will 100% leave Barcelona at the end of his contract in the summer of 2023. Now Sergio Busquets said, "Everything that has appeared in the media has seemed strange to me because there is nothing. I haven't thought about it. I want to see how the season goes. I have several options. Continue at my club or in other leagues. It is clear that I'm not 20 years old, but in the end, it is the last year of the contract that I signed. I understand that there are rumors But another thing is that they are false and things are not official until they become official. So Sergio Busquets seemed to be denying the reports that he will for sure leave Barcelona at the end of his contract in the summer of 2023 in order to join Inter Miami and the MLS. Sergio Busquets also added that he will talk with Xavi at the end of the season to see whether the coach wants him to remain at the club, because after all, Sergio Busquets had previously said that he will leave Barcelona if he feels that he's no longer needed at the club. Now, Sergio Busquets was also asked about Real Sociedad Zubimendi, who is reported to be Xavi's favorite pivot to replace Sergio Busquets, and Busquets said, "He is a great player, but he is from Real and I don't know what the future plans he has. What my position requires is associating myself with my teammates. It's quite positional football with high tactical and technical requirement that are being in the best club and the best national team in the world." Now on to the news that Barcelona are reportedly working on a Project Messi in order to bring Lionel Messi back to the club. Now, Joan Laporta had previously stated in the media that he would like to bring Lionel Messi back to the club because he feels bad of how things ended with the Argentinian superstar. Now, Xavi has also added that he would love to have Lionel Messi on his squad. It's now reported that Barcelona are working on Project Messi in order to bring Lionel Messi back to the club and in order to give him a tribute, which is something that the club have not been able to do given his surprise departure. Now, if Lionel Messi were to come back to the club, it's reported that Barcelona would want him to accept a salary reduction given that he currently makes around 25 million euros net at PSG, which is something that Barcelona are not capable of and would not be willing to pay him given the strict pay scale that Joan Laporta has implemented at the club. And Messi would also have to take a secondary role because Barcelona do not want him back if it means that youngsters such as Gavi or Pedri would be benched. Now, Barcelona are also contemplating what kind of position Lionel Messi could play in, since he used to play as a striker or a false nine, which is not possible now with the presence of Robert Lewandowski. Now, Barcelona are currently considering bringing back Lionel Messi as a midfielder in a 3-4-3 formation, which is a formation that Xavi has used several times in his previous team, or as a midfielder in a 4-3-2-1 formation as well. Now, Lionel Messi's contract with PSG will expire in the summer of 2023. However, he does have the option to renew, and he has stated that he will not make a decision in regards to his future until after the World Cup. Now on to the shocking news that La Liga's president Javier Tebas has defended Barcelona against the accusations of PSG's president Nasser Al-Khelaifi. Now, during a meeting of the European Club Association, Nasser Al-Khelaifi spoke about Barcelona, and he said, "We have to be careful. Dangerous levels of debt and injecting capital as if by magic is not a sustainable path. We have to think long-term, not short-term." Now, La Liga's president Javier Tebas did not like these comments from Al-Khelaifi, and he replied to him, "There is no magic. Barcelona has sold some of patrimony to cover their losses. But at PSG, on the other hand, you turn on the gas. For sustainable football, the first thing to do is to pay what you owe." Right? Now, two things I would like to mention about this news. One is the hypocrisy of Al-Khelaifi, who is currently saying that what Barcelona are doing is dangerous by injecting too much cash into their club when PSG are always injecting hundreds of millions of euros every season to make these outrageous signings and pay these outrageous salaries that they currently have. Now, the second thing is I'm very glad to finally see Javier Tebas defending Barcelona, which is something that we're not used to given that he's always talking bad about our club. But it's good to see that Javier Tebas is doing his job, because after all, as the president of La Liga, he should be representing the best interests of all the clubs within the Spanish league. Now on to the news that it's been reported that Antoine Griezmann was willing to accept less money in order to become a Barcelona player. Now, in 2018, when Antoine Griezmann's contract was up with Atletico de Madrid, the Madrid-based club offered him a 100 million euro contract over 5 seasons, and they offered him a 20 million euro salary his first year, and not including variables. Now, it's reported that Griezmann was willing to accept half of that in order to become a Barcelona player, but in the end, the French player decided to renew his contract with Atletico de Madrid, and ironically, Josep Maria Bartomeu signed Antoine Griezmann the following year and offered him even more money, close to 25 million euros, which goes to show the terrible judgment that Josep Maria Bartomeu had in regards to signings. Now we will end today's video with the brief news that Pedri has become the most valued midfielder in the entire world with a 90 million euro value, and we are very lucky to have this young superstar on our squad. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I shared with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Barça.